Nancy Pelosi is, well, let's just go ahead and roll the tape.
Okay, you've cut off the dreamers who are here to speak.
So Nancy Pelosi, in an attempt to try to work things out for the dreamers, is being hassled by undocumented citizens who are demanding that she shut down ICE. That's right, we need to listen to the criminals. The criminals say, stop enforcing your laws, stop enforcing your immigration policies and your borders. That's racist. So the left is cannibalizing itself, and on top of that, these people who are already People have already grown impatient with these people. Not necessarily undocumented citizens, but people who are undocumented and feel entitled on top of that. Look, you are trespassing on private property. The people who are dreamers, I can understand wanting to let them stay. It was 800,000 Americans, and at least from Donald Trump's perspective, these people have skills that we invested in. So to let them go would be dumb. I mean, you have to think about it from this perspective. Can you imagine being, say, a Mexican politician? You send your citizens off to another country to go learn a bunch of skills to become educated, and then they get sent back, bada bing, bada boom, you've got better citizens. So this DACA conference had actually chased Nancy Pelosi out of there. She left after being shouted down by undocumented protesters who were unhappy that she was willing to work with the Trump administration in order to provide amnesty for dreamers. Legal amnesty for dreamers, not just an executive order. I wonder how much this will change Nancy Pelosi's perspective. You have to wonder, will she continue to rely on these same people who just shouted her down for future elections, or is she finally just going to throw her hands up in the air and say, screw it? So yeah, somebody needed to call ICE on these undocumented citizens. First of all, this is not how you protest. Second of all, you are trespassing on private property as far as I'm concerned. And third, just because we want to work with these people who are born here and have skills to offer, I've heard that 90% of dreamers are actually employed. I'm up for keeping those people. This is a time in our nation where we have to seriously put our foot down and start working with our citizens instead of worrying about potential immigrants. Look, these people who are here illegally need to go. They had no respect for our law, our immigration practices, or any respect for immigrants, other immigrants who had gone through all of the legal proceedings in order to become a citizen. It's a slap in the face, especially to them. So, what now, I wonder? Is this going to be a sign for a lot of people on the right to not work at all with people on the left? Is this going to be a sign for people on the left to completely abandon trying to work with people like this, or will we fall back into business as usual? I can't help but wonder, with all of this constant talk of 5-dimensional chess, 4-dimensional chess, whatever, perhaps this is exactly why Trump worked with Schumer and Pelosi a few days ago, which, by the way, angered a lot of his devout fans. I kind of like the guy. I've stated this numerous times throughout my stay here on YouTube. But even I was pretty questionable about, hey, why would you throw them a bone like that and not work with them? Was he certain that it would blow up in their face? Because now Pelosi's going to very likely refuse to work with Trump in regards to giving the Dreamers citizenship status. That's what I think is likely to happen. I think it's likely that Nancy Pelosi will see these 11 million undocumented citizens as 11 million Democratic voters. Well, actually, I believe it's 80% of Dreamers are Democrats. So that's what, like 8 million Democrat votes? You could bust those people all over the country, win quite a few elections. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this there. Let me know what you think of Nancy Pelosi getting shouted down by the same people she is attempting to speak up for. It's kind of a bit of beautiful irony, if you ask me.